A very good morning to all. I am Malati, your English teacher for grade 4, and you are watching EduStar online class. Today, I am going to take a new lesson from your literature book. Lesson 5, Unforgettable Christy Brown. This story is based on a true life story of Christy Brown. We know about some people who have achieved success in their lives with some disabilities. Let me show you some of them who have changed their attitudes and achieved great success and fame. And now they are a great inspiration for others. Hope you know Sudha Chandran, a renowned Indian classical dancer and TV actress, and she has been judged for many dance programs also. She lost her leg in an accident at the age of 16, but she never gave up. With the help of Jaipur Foot, she continued to fulfill her dream and profession. Stephen Hawking. Hope at least you might have seen his photo somewhere. He met with an accident and the doctors said that he would live for only 2 or 3 years because he had motor neuron disease. But he overcame this disability and now he is one of the most admired scientists in physics with numerous books and publications. Helen Keller, in spite of being deaf and blind, was the first person to earn a Bachelor of Arts degree. Like these, we have many people in our country who have overcame their physical disabilities and achieved great success for themselves and pride for our country. And today I am going to say about a person whose disability never stopped him to achieve his goal. He is an author, painter, and poet, and he is Mr. Christy Brown. Christy Brown was born into a working class Irish family in Dublin on 5th June 1932. His parents were Bridget Fagan and Patrick Brown. Christy was the 10th child. He was called a blue baby because when he was born, he did not breathe for few minutes. So, his brain did not get oxygen and a part of it got damaged. So, as a child, he could not sit, crawl, or talk. When he was 4 months old, Christy's mother was the first to notice that there was something wrong with his health because he could not hold his head upright or control his body movements. After seeking medical advice, the family came to know that Christy was physically handicapped and suffered from an incurable disability called cerebral palsy. The doctors did not believe in Christy's mental intelligence, but his mother did not lose faith and she treated Christy like her other children. She had a strong belief that he was crippled by body and not by mind. When Christy was 5 years old, he was still as helpless as a newly born baby. Christy could not speak or even mumble. He could not sit up without support on his own. But he was active and could make snake like movement. His mother used to sit with him for hours and show pictures and tell the names of different animals and flowers. His father, even after working for long, used to bathe and dress up Christy. One day, Christy's whole life changed, and his mother's faith in him was rewarded. It was on a cold December afternoon. The whole family sat around the kitchen fire. Christy's brothers and sisters were busy with their school work, and Christy was very much attracted by a piece of long yellow chalk. Suddenly, he wanted to do what his sister Mona was doing, and he reached out and took the piece of chalk out of his sister's hand with his left foot. He held it between his toes and made a wild sort of scribble on the slate. Everyone stopped talking and were staring at Christy silently. His mother came and saw Christy gripping the chalk between his toes. She went near Christy with full excitement and drew the letter A and asked him to copy it. All the family members were eagerly waiting for a miracle to happen. Christy tried very hard but could make only a crooked line. Christy's mother held the slate steady and asked him to try again. Christy stiffened his body and tried again and drew one side of the letter and half the other side. Then the stick of the chalk broke, and with anger he wanted to throw away and give up. Then he felt his mother's hand on his shoulder. He looked at her smiling face and finally managed to draw a shady, awkward, wobbly sides with uneven center line. But it was the letter A. He looked up his mother's face and saw tears on her cheeks. His father was so excited and happy that he picked Christy on his shoulders and moved around the kitchen. He couldn't speak with his lips, but now he would speak through written words. Christy's mother's next aim was to teach him the whole alphabet, and she was sure that Christy would be able to learn it. In the course of time, he also started speaking, that is, making noises that his family could only understand. Christy learned how to write his own name, and he began to depend more and more on his left foot. It was his main way to communicate. Christy was about 7 years old when he began to play with children of his own age. With the help of his brothers made chariot and he called it Henry. They took him with them when they went out to play in the streets, pushing him along in a rusty old go-car. Christy passed some of his best years of his life in that go-car. Throughout his childhood, Christy played with local children and with his siblings. But one day, Christy's whole life changed because the axle of the chariot wheel broke. His brothers could no longer take him with them when they went out to play. He sat by the window and saw them playing outside with other children, using their hands to throw the ball. Then he looked at his twisted hands and felt disappointed. As time went on, he began to realize he was different and something was wrong with him. Christy began to hate himself and his appearance. He was not happy anymore. He did not communicate very much with the others and was very often depressed. Christy began to be lonely. His mother bought him a wheelchair and tried to make him happy, but she couldn't. He sat in his chair and stared into space. One Christmas, one of his brothers, Paddy, got colored paints and a brush, and he liked the gift very much. Some days later, he tried to paint with them for the first time. Slowly, he began to forget his loneliness and pain. He felt very strong and happy when he was painting. In the course of time, painting became his great love. Then, a few weeks before Christmas, Christy read in a newspaper that there was a painting competition and Christy took part in it. 2 weeks later, he was surprised when his father came rushing into his room and showed him the newspaper. Christy was the winner of the competition. In his teen years, he met individuals whose handicaps were even worse than his. He began to accept himself as the person he was and do the best with what he had. He started a new treatment for cerebral palsy, which led to the improvement of his speech and physical condition. He met the Irish doctor, Collis, who gave special treatment called physiotherapy and special exercises. Dr. Collis guided Christy how to write a book. With the encouragement which he got from his friends, he involved himself in intensive practice and exercises. He spent all his time in painting and writing books with the help of his brothers. He published many books. His readers admired his courage and had great respect for him. I hope you might be surprised by Christy Brown's dedication and attitude to change his life and be the inspiration for others. And you too, children, be happy with what you have and never blame for what you don't have. Okay? Hope you liked the true story about Christy Brown. Now, take your book and read page number 25 to 27. Now, let us complete the book exercise of lesson 2, The Giving Tree. Before writing the exercises, try to read the lesson once. Turn to page 14, Comprehension. Exercise A. Underline the correct answers. Before copying from the video, try to answer yourself and then check from the video. Next, turn to page 15. Exercise B. Number the sequence of events as they occur in the story. Recheck the answers and then send. When I was checking the emails sent by you, I was really happy that many of you are writing the classwork in very good handwriting with neat presentation too. Very good, children. But only few students need to improve your handwriting. I hope you will surely improve it. Now, let us write the classwork for lesson 2. Take your English classwork note, blue ink pen, black ink pen, pencil and a scale. We took 3 pages to write the lesson 1 classwork. Now, take the 4th page, a fresh page. Remember, for every new lesson, take a new page. On the top, write the date as you see on the screen. Well, I hope you don't require any continuous instruction because all wrote well in the last lesson itself. Write slowly and neatly. Use black and blue ink pen wherever I have used. Don't forget to draw a line after every Roman letter. In all, you have 4 Roman letters. After writing, read and check the spelling. Capture the images clearly with the help of any elder person and send it as an attachment and write roll number and subject in the subject column. Don't forget, you have to send the book exercises as well as the classwork. Okay, children, stay home and stay safe. Bye.